That's like, you know, I need to, I probably have like an awful, you know, accent in regards to like speaking Japanese. Was it Chris?
I had to wake up as the sun rose for a few early meetings, KILLME.
Honestly, understandable. It's just like, it's one of those weeks, I guess, you know, one of those weeks, those months, those years. Oh God. I won't lie. I'm like, part of me is coming in today with a little bit of bummed energy. Just like the job search getting me down, but today we're drawing burb. We're actually I for the first time in a hot minute I'm gonna draw on a burb again, so I get to see how much progress I've made in terms of burb drawing. One of those decades, like, yeah, because it's fucking God. Okay, I mean, you definitely one of those decades after next year. Oh, she good luck. I'm hoping. It's fucking wild because like I was watching like, you know, a video and they're like, yeah, like people on average apply like to 100 places and like they get like 4 offers, which is already a bad ratio, and it's significantly better than the ratio I've been working with. So I'm like, ugh. That's a sign of, you know, imminent doom. So where the board drones somewhere. Okay, so no ears, because burbs don't really have ears in the classical sense, but we do get to draw a stylish fedora. Okay, I can send you a cursed ranch gift if you like to ease the pain. What part of that eases the pain? I'm actually curious. What part of that are you looking at that and you're like, yes, this will make things better? Do you template something specifically for burbs? I did. The problem is it's so old. As time has gone on, I've adjusted a lot of stuff about the orbs. The Gen 1 orb, which I believe like the first one was like Pseudo Wolf, is like incredibly different than like the most recent orbs. Part of me wants to like go back and like redo them, but I kind of can't let myself do that. Otherwise, I will like never finish these. Welcome on Unlock. Let any sweet bean. Okay. Let's see. Well, men can possibly get babies now, so yeah, and preg before Grand Theft Auto 6. I hate that sentence. I hate it. I'm not a big, I gotta say, not the biggest fan of that sentence. But now, it's just like, drinking 2 subscriptions for 2 whole egg years! That's actually wild to me.
2 whole years.
That's
Starky
insanity, low-key.
17 griddy, Starky 17
Was this about real life and prey? I've glanced. Apparently they
17 griddy.
Apparently they found out how to clone a person, like how to like create like viable cells using just like you know, male biological matter. But no, like, you know, definitely one of those things where I'm like, that is, you know, I'm sure there's like some fucking like old-timey like sci-fi story about how that's a terrible idea, but you know, hey, we currently live in the middle of the Torment Nexus, so I welcome any oblivion that will come for me. It's like the fucking question is like, if you could be your persona, but like it just copies you, like it copies your brain over and you die, I'd be like, yeah, fucking hit the button. Let the pain end. At least it's not Mpreg before Silk Song. You're not wrong, and I don't know how to feel about that. Good, I suppose. I don't know. To be honest with you, that feels like a very that feels like a I don't want to say a Pyrrhic victory, but not the kind of victory that like is good to celebrate. Okay. So if I think about like where the like nose actually is, like, you know, what is the beak doing? Okay. So beak go here, beak go here, beak go somewhere here. Beak in theory come here, beak go down here. Because it's kind of like a diamond shape. What's up, Crisp?
Where the rats?
The tarot gives me very interesting information, like for example the tarot said Death Stranding 2 would win Game of the Year, pissing many people off who all think that Expedition 33 was robbed.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If that does happen, I'm suddenly extremely terrified about the tarot reading you gave me, because it was fucking hot dog shit. It was such a bad reading. Not your fault, but not a great thing. But no, that tarot reading is suddenly now weighing much more heavily on my brain. And B, I would agree that if Death Stranding 2 did win Game of the Year, it would absolutely be stealing from Expedition 33 and Silksong. I fully expect Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year. I think no matter what wins between the two, I'm gonna champion the other one, because I genuinely think like both games are like masterpieces. That tarot reading was something. It was so fucking bad. It was like, you fucking saved that. Like it either started with or ended with death. Which, like, not, it's not death in the sense that, like, we traditionally think about it, but still not, like, not necessarily something you want to be, having in your future. I guess to be fair, like, if things suck like they do now, in a sense, it could be just, it could be an upside. Okay. Tarot cards so bad, not even a persona could save you. Death approaches. Listen. Gary, welcome on in, Raiders! Oh, goodness gracious. Well, welcome on in. Welcome on in, though, for those who don't know. StarkyMorph, big chaos going internet. How was art? If you've not seen Gary's art, it's actually, like, absolutely fucking spectacular. Genuinely, developed also here persona. What did I miss? We're talking about, one of my mods gave me a tarot reading at the beginning of the year, and it was fucking, like, legendarily garbage. Like actively to the point where it's like, well, I guess I just might as well die. Like, if this comes to pass, I'm just suffering. But no. Yes, that was, holy shit, you actually got an ear for that. I was working on a commission where I have to draw 6 arms. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. That definitely, yeah, that earns, I think, a smile. But welcome on in. Hold up, I gotta welcome in all the people. Welcome on in, John Weave, random user, Ninja Bear, Garion. Welcome on in. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Also, welcome on in. Let's see. Astral, glad to have you too. Like on one person, it's fine. I'm currently trying to figure out how beaks work, which you think I would be better about because I'm a bird. I was totally not losing my shit. I can definitely believe it. Listen, I fucking, hold up, because it's one of the pieces I've showed off somewhat recently. There's one of the pieces I was working on somewhat recently, but I do feel you somewhat on the pain scale here. No, it's not October, it's September. Wait, hold up. Oh no, the piece started back in fucking August. That's right. He's fine. But no, because I did do hands myself somewhat recently, and I don't know why I chose a hand-focused piece for this, but listen, but this is like about what reasonably to expect. Not necessarily quite this good all the time around. I am still very much in my artistic infancy. I've only been doing it for a year and a half. Let's Papa, yeah, this is currently gift art for him, so keep it on the DL. But yeah, no, that's been one of my more recent more recent pieces I've been working on. But you know, hopefully I've been doing all right in spite of the trauma of working on a pose with 6. So is it a single person, or is it 2 people and one of them has 4 arms, or is it 3 people? I feel like As some, oh, hold up, because I actually have, oh, hold up, I just got sent the sketch. Oh my God, check Telegram. Yeah, this is a bit it's easier for me to show you. Do you mind if I put it up? I guess we fair, like you were working on it, so here, general. That's a hell of a pose to be working on. I don't know how well this, you know, is it an arm amalgamation? It is 6 arms, almost Shiva-esque in the posing. That is very, very complex. My God. It looks great though. You're absolutely killing it. Like that looks genuinely spectacular. But like the thought of like how do you make this work with the anatomy, because like each of these arms technically needs their own like primary set of muscles to like lift and lower them. That's why birds technically, like if you have wings on your back, you should have like back pecs, because like those muscles end up helping to me referencing niche music be like it almost reminds me a little bit of the art for oh, what is that like fucking Vocaloid song? Oh, what's the one? Static? What the hell's going on? Can someone help me, please? I'm moving faster than the Echo. That's it. I was about to say, it's like, yeah, that's giving Echo. Welcome on to Ruffles. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. We're drawing you today. We're drawing Ruffles von Bourbon. I'm currently trying to figure out your beak, which is a little bit of a struggle. Okay, that looks compelling. That's a good line. I feel like there's like something to be said about like I'm so fucking bad at like line art that like, or not like line art, but I'm like I struggle with sketching because I end up treating it like line art, which is like not a great trait and something I'm actively trying to fix. But no, if you gotta go rest up and take care of yourself, I absolutely understand it. I definitely know like after a piece like that, I would want a pretty reasonable break myself. I refine the sketch like 2 to 3 times before I do line art. Honestly, like Loki, I probably should start doing that more. Okay. So something like this is kind of what we're looking at. And then like really, really like dip the beak underneath. I'm kind of using like, I probably should just start this from scratch, but it's nice to have like a proportion guide for like how big I need to make various proponents to like align it up with the size of other borbs. Also, like I don't have to draw ears this time, but I do have to draw a hat. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. Okay. Time to lick the borb. It's never time to lick the borb. Welcome to the hat domain, the hat dimension. Hold up. Maybe if I like... Because I think I want this to be like... Hold up. Actually... also, I'm realizing I need to probably like pinch the eyes up. Because the thing with birds is you kind of can't really like make the smile like with the mouth. You have to really do it with the eyes. Like you have to kind of sell it with the eyes. I swear to God, like each every copy of Mario 64 is personalized, and every borb I make is also personalized. I would actually be surprised. This is a band I love, but I would be surprised if anyone knew about it off the top of their head. I guess to be fair, like I imagine it probably sees some amount of play in the Spotify algorithm. I wish that there was a better music playing like program. To be honest with you, I feel like this band deserves more recognition just because it has a very, very silly name. We need to provide more recognition for bands that are just very, very silly names.
Rats. We're the rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Fun fact, after stream Starky is going to open Discord and get jump scared by the most cursed ranch gift. Also there is a better music playing program, it's called Buying Vinyl.
Okay, how the fuck am I gonna play vinyl on stream? Okay, Kase, what the fuck? Kase sent me a thing and it's literally just blurred out. And that has me horrified. Oh, I'm aware of this ranch gif. This ranch gif is oh, for fuck, god damn it. Okay. Oh god. Here, if you're in the Midwest, you definitely have at some point seen this ranch gif. Hold up, let me there we go. This is some people in the Midwest are like this with ranch, and I do not get it. I like ranch. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a ranch defender. I think it's okay. But like some people are actually like, I want more ranch per volume than the fucking food the ranch is going on. And I don't get that. I don't understand that one bit. Hold up, and now I gotta fucking show the other thing that I received because it's look at the fucking this is the shit I get from my fucking mods. Someone just fucking made a nest of spaghetti on their couch. Hold up, but what could possibly happen in this video? Okay. Welcome on, Cam. Cool. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. That's so much effort. This is so much effort. I mean, to be fair, if there is ever a place to store spaghetti, it is in a bowl that is made to look like spaghetti. Fuck, there's a term for there's an entire H-Bomber guy joke about like it looks like the thing that it is. Also, welcome on, Camco. How you doing, Sweet Bean? Also, I should probably address the Song Quest is going on hiatus for a bit. Just, you know, I don't know. I don't really know how to broach that subject. It's just like, I don't know. I like what song request streams can be, but they aren't often. You know, there are definitely certain streams where I look at it and I'm just like, I am struggling. Oh yeah, are the circumstances fucked up or something? No. It's more just like I know it's a thing that people like really like. So it's, you know, it sucks for me to take it away, but also maybe the Spotify bot works. That's fair. We could do Songify. I think the fact that like it is on Songify, like it's on Spotify means that it's like there's like a baseline level of quality. Yeah, we got Songify open here. Spotify has updated their... Oh, god fucking damn it. Oh, that's deeply annoying. Register redirect UR. Thanks, Spotify. All right. Hopefully that doesn't affect me. We'll spare your sanity. I appreciate it. It's not like, you know, it's not even like necessarily something where like it's a sanity thing. It's just like I've had I don't know. It's like an experiment, and then like I kind of kept getting the same results. So like I'm gonna give it a break. Who knows? Maybe like, you know, if we get like a more, you know, average spread of audience, then like I might give it another try, but we will see. Hold up. What are the fucking commands? Settings. Song requests. Oh, it's SSR. Spotify link or search. Does this happen in Nightbot? No. There we go. You know, I can't actually be mad about that, because that is actually working as intended. that one's working as... Do you mind pinning that real quick in one of my mods? That one's working as intended. Okay. Here. But no, it's just like, I don't know. I like I said, to some degree, I kind of want to just like shake things up. Thank you. Here, let me make unpin. Thank you, Dark Lord, for the follow. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Did I fucking unpin? I might be fucking stupid. Did I unpin that? Oh, mercy. Lord have fucking mercy. Okay. It's fine. Yes, you unpinned it. It's fine. Thank you. Here, let me unpin after. Yes, perfect. Thank you. All right, perfect. But yeah, no, like it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Like it's one of those things where it's like it is a thing that I think is worth like giving a try to see like if you know, an alternate works out a little bit better. So Spotify, not YouTube, yes. Also, like, you know, be mindful of like any like AI, as I will be trying to skip that if I, you know, if I do catch it. Okay, what kind of what's it drawn? Welcome on, Dazarus. Glad to have you, Sweet Pea. We're drawing a burb, a bourbon, in fact, Ruffles Von Bourbon. But hopefully, welcome on and glad to have you. Hopefully, you're doing all right over there. I don't know. I think the funny thing is, like, I keep thinking that you're like over in Australia, like that you're still better than me. I spent an hour and a half with the starting student screen on before. I mean, listen, it's that can happen. That it can in fact happen here. In fact, I think it very much has happened. I'm doing Spiffy Starky. I don't know. I think my brain, because like I'm so used to seeing you in like Wolk's, you know, like in like a lot of people's streams who are like over in the Australia, like Oceania area. So like my brain keeps thinking is like, oh yeah, Dazzy is over there, and I'm like, that's not right. You just keep different hours. I do be in the States, exactly. But hopefully you're doing all right. We're just kind of like yapping about streaming life and stuff. Wait, who do we shout out? Dazarus. In my defense, I was also smashed when that happened. Listen, that is an entirely understandable experience. A big whaler, they've been playing days, you sweet bean. But yeah, no. I think this year I want to start just saying fuck it and giving a lot of different stuff trying. Oh, it looks like you tried to like link an album. You might have been trying to link a specific song in an album, but I think it is weirdly like in the it might be trying to like reference the album specifically. Okay, how does this look if I remove the underlying? That's kind of cute. I think I need to like bring it more like here. So I'm more like here. This is to some degree me relearning how to draw beaks and shit. So I'm very sorry. I'm gonna try my best to make sure this turns out relatively good, but beaks do be kind of difficult. I guess to be fair, like, you're not seeing, now that I'm thinking about it, you're not seeing the smile from that side. The return of the beak. There we go. That's looking, we're getting somewhere. Something like more like this. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're figuring out the beaks. Oh, ops become beak. There we go. I think that's cute. Hold up. I also, I'm trying to get into the better habit of reminding myself that I have visual references to look at. Because I get bullied a lot about that by my artist friends, which is like, I mean, fair. It is a genuinely pertinent thing for you to be bullying me about, but also bird. What kind of bird we're looking at? Would you rather I bring up the ketchup disc speedruns or the tagging birds have major influences on bird reproduction? I did not know that tagging birds has made, that's fucking wild. This is not as bad as me trying to draw wild style graffiti with a hardware store spray paint. That definitely sounds like it could potentially be a health and safety problem.
Rats, where rats, where the rats.
We point it down.
Did you
more.
know that Funko made a shitty version of those Lego games? It's the very definition of shovelware.
Oh, I'd believe it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Funko is like definitely the like. Funko is like the sign. It was complaining about capitalism earlier. It's like it's hard. Some birds can't resist a bird with a red bracelet. But no, like it is to some degree like society as it is right now is very much like it is to some degree the like the structure of capitalism right now incentivizes mediocrity, and it's hard to be anyone who is atypical or exceptional in a world that actively wants the most mediocre people. And I feel like Funko Pops is like, that's like the, and it's like, it's not like an, you know, that's not an attack. Welcome on Risk. Good idea, Sweet Bean. That's not an attack on anyone who likes Funko Pops. It's just like my observation about like the structural failure of society. And Funko Pops happen to be just a very good like visual indicator of that. Welcome on Risk. How you doing, you Sweet Bean? Okay, how is this looking? Would you rather own a massive Labubu or a Funko Pop? I'm doing all right, just at work. Would you show up for a Produsky Riss? Hope you're well. I'm doing all right. Would I have a better shot at a job if I sold myself as mid? To some degree, I think so. Because, like, I kind of wonder if that like might be what the market is looking for, like is just looking for mediocrity right now. Nope, that's not how that's gonna look here. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like if I keep cooking, I'm gonna fuck it up. Because like I technically the beak here is a lot wider than beaks traditionally are. I guess if I'm looking at the reference, the beak ends up being like the beak ends up being like a lot more. Okay, I think I probably need to like just look at the reference more. like this reference more. Again, kind of like side-angled face. I don't know. Front-facing birds are weird. So I started my soft dev bootcamp. I started getting only AI coding ads. Ugh. It actively pisses me off that I spent fucking 5 years specializing in artificial intelligence just to have it become a marketing buzzword. Like I to some degree am like approaching the title of marketer now as like an insult. I'm gonna try, like I think like if you're you know, if you still work in marketing, A, get that bag, but B, if you're I guess if you're working in marketing and proud of it, that's like, you know, there should be some insult going on. Solid profile burb, epic, handsome, cute, front profile burb, 1,000-yard stare. Exactly. I'm trying to get like the silly, but also like, you know, accurate-ish. And ketchup is a perfect quantity of grease. What the fuck is going on with you? But apparently if you grease up an Xbox CD without greasing it up too bad, it makes it possible to clip through barriers. That's incredibly bizarre. Here. Let's see if we can, like, because I'm realizing that the beak is a lot more, like, kind of, like, bottom heavy. Welcome on, Shane. I'm glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Sweeters be like, ketchup disc. Well, no. It's just a marketing buzzword. A marketing buzzword that'll crash harder than Doc. I need the economy to collapse already. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I think like I'm sick of waiting for it. I know it's gonna happen. I just need it to happen sooner rather than later. Or would you rather chat own a Labubu Funko Pop? Is there, surely there's gotta be like a Funko Pop of a Labubu, or like something in the fucking, like, you know, there's gotta be like something out there where like they combine the mass marketability of both of those things. You know, before the AI ain't great, I can see an AI video edit from miles away, mainly though through audio sync errors that I always get timing right at some point. Here. But yeah. Oh, sorry, Oceana. It's song request. It's Songify. I'm kind of like, I'm putting like the YouTube song requests on a little bit of a hiatus for a bit. I meant wrong. Yeah, there was Vivid at some point. Okay. No, that's technically not right, because okay. It doesn't really have like, there's not really like, the eyes here are kind of like just like shaded by the like the top hair. So I'm assuming I'm gonna go by this based on like what's going on here. Is we gonna get ribs? Hell yeah. Okay. Now time to figure out how to draw like a little, there's a term for this type of hat. It's like a trilby? It's like it's not a fedora, it's like a trilby. I don't know, I can't remember what the difference of the two of them is. Okay. The question is, how big should the hat be compared to the body? And I feel like the answer needs to be like very tiny. I feel like that's the cuter answer. There we go. Like I could use transcribing captions to save time. I think that like there are utilities for it, but like even then, like you need people to like kind of double check what's going on. Hats are the demons of the world. Okay. So something like this, it's almost like a taco shape. If it's not, I feel like taco shape is the like, you know, I guess like saddle is like the mathematics term. About joke spelling is I had one where it transcribed Kant as it transcribed Kant as cunt is really fucking funny. I mean, depending on where you're from, that might be like the more statistically likely thing you said. I'm slightly tempted to use ChatGPT as a fantasy city name generator. Even then, it's just like you're just like better off just fucking like get like a fucking random like word generator and a word scrambler, or like just like there are more efficient ways to generate names for like things than using the fucking theft machine, both in terms of like the societal impact and also like, you know, the like the, you know, the random name generator. Well, yeah, exactly. They exist out there. Also, like you know, minimizing the likelihood that the fucking like because literally the people who use those tools actually like have like you know, they have like brain development issues all like on the same level as like addicts for like hard drugs. It's just like it's not worth using at all. Okay, hat. We are hatting. Hat is in the process of being made. Here, let me hide the references real quick while I figure out. Is it something like this, maybe? It's crazy how a lot of people fall for the FOMO. You all have lived decades without it. Don't act like a funny haha image is important. No, it's not. I will reasonably go my entire life without making an account for any of that shit, and I genuinely think that like I think that there is an amount of like having an account is like.
But Starky, I'm a lazy fuck with no patience for simple tasks or creativity in the slightest. I am nothing without ChatGPT. Note this is not how I actually think. ChatGPT is a gimmick.
Oh, 100%. Okay. Sometimes it has its niche. It has its niche uses, but those niche uses are shit like early detection of cancer and shit. Like, you do not need to be like the day-to-day person does not have a niche use for that kind of technology. I think therein lies like you know, like that's like the discourse problem around it, is like people not necessarily understanding that like yes, there are use cases for this. No, they're not use cases you are reasonably ever going to have to deal with unless you work in like a very specific like, you know, field. And I don't get the people who use AI can be useful argument when they get called out for using the big engines to do dumb shit. It's because it like to some degree they're trying to like, you know, it's like there's a lot of like bullshit like fallacious reasoning around it because people are literally addicted to it. Does this look right? Hold up. How the Trilby hat? But now, it's the kind of a tip, like, this is the kind of, like, topic that's kind of been beaten into the ground, so. Okay, so it is not a Trilby hat, it is a fedora. Wait, no, they're the same fucking thing. That's the Milady hat? Yes. Okay. I don't, because this is actually, like, exactly what I'm trying to draw. So, like, I don't mind tracing a little bit for stuff like this. I mean, okay, it's not quite the angle I want to draw, but like getting the like the structure of it down does seem like it would be handy. Nope, wrong layer. That's a wrong layer moment. Okay. So what is I feel like we're looking at it from more, so like this is going to be here. What I'm going to do is probably just trace it and then see if I can kind of like use some like editing tools to put it in like the correct location where it's supposed to be. Welcome on to Corvid Bubble. Glad to have you, sweet being. Gonna show for Corvid Bubble. Here. Is this fucking... Remember when this song was a meme? The Astronomia, like the coffin dance? I feel like this meme like came and went real fucking fast. Or it disappeared and then like literally like no one ever mentioned it ever again. Like it suffered like complete like existence failure meltdown levels. I don't know why it was being mashed into Dagoth Wave. Is that the fucking name of this? Dagoth Wave? Because it kind of fucking slaps. But to head out with tacos with Tham, Taco Tuesday, I'm sure you'll do my burb justice. Talent thumbs up. Look forward to it. For sure. I'm definitely gonna make sure that, like, you know, if it takes like a little bit more than a stream, I'll definitely give it the time that it deserves. There we go. I went into bully you with it. Like I use AI to fix a bug caused by hard-coded HTML after I asked the group member that coded the front end to realize what caused it. Like, even then, it's like, okay, so like that fundamentally though, like that's like, you know, I even have issues with that because like that's, you're not teaching someone like a skill like how to debug HTML. Here, let's hide you. Here, I need you still. Gonna get a sense of how big things should be. No, here, there we go. That's the right one, and we're gonna have to adjust this a little bit. Free transform. Okay. First of all, I should probably focus on size first. So it creates a specific AI for bug finding. It's a fine. The problem is that everyone goes straight for the giant slot machine. We are has a little the easiest has a little bit of a mental breakdown. You know, for you know, as a treat. As a little treat. We already have fucking tools that help. It's called a debugger. I guess to be fair, with HTML, it's like slightly more annoying, but like you can still look at the elements and see how they're loaded in. This is an entire fucking skill set. Like, welcome on in, Det. Glad to have you, sweeping a show for Det, aka Linux Cypher. How you doing? there's it, you know, it sucks doing things the hard way, but like there is a reason that it has been done that way. I don't know anything about coding. It is misery incarnate. How does that look? No, whoopsies, that's not the right one. Okay, hat has been established. I'm dying on the inside. I just spent 5.5 hours animating the emote from the start. Oh my god. Holy shit. Yeah, that sounds like a lot. Like a lot. Okay, there we go. That, but hey, like, what's the emote? Is it uploaded yet? If so, I'd love to see it. What I mean about coding is that it's needed for some cool stuff, but also sucks any joy from your soul. It can be fine. It just like it is a lot. Let me just send it to you on Telegram. I would love to see it. Do you mind if I show it off? Okay. Hat established. Hat made. I think with coding is fun, but also frustrating. Yeah, it largely depends on like, well, you can shut off, but I don't know if it's too much. No, that's fine. Listen, if the box toy emotes are like fine, I'm assuming that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. The box the like the guy who does a lot of the like peck explosion emotes. If those are fine for Twitch, I feel like this has to be. I feel like there's no way it. I will be like moderately annoyed. It's the kind of thing where I'm like I'm confident enough where like I'm, you know, I can fucking post it. Like if I get banned for this, I can post it later on fucking on Blue Sky for like 50 likes. About how fucking bullshit the system is here. Excuse me. Oh wait, no, hold up. That's not. I see now. I've fucked it up. Yeah, like the YFT has a couple of them. Like if those are fine for Twitch, then this has got to be fine. Also, welcome on Engage. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. The credit card swipe is great. Hey, like it turned out absolutely spectacular. This is what I come into. Welcome on in, Jin. Can we just shout out for Jin? Yeah, this is what you come into. It's even worse than the people on YouTube script in line. But no, like this turned out spectacular. For 5.5 hours of work, you did such a great job. Let me give my money to debt now. Honestly, fair. I'll be real. The belly emote James Jar says is insane to me. It's one of those things where like Twitch is ever inconsistent. They don't really care about implementing their rules consistently. What's up, Crisp?
Starky, why do demons and ghouls hang out together? Because demons are a ghoul's best friend.
It took me a minute, but actually that one's pretty good. I could probably do it in 2.5 hours from start to finish now. I mean, hey, listen, I would be down to grab one if I was able to spend any amount of money on myself and didn't have to aggressively pour everything into my savings. But no. Wait, so is Jane working on a new belly emote? Because like, in my mind, I'm like, the box toy emotes are like the fact that like half of them get rejected. Like a certain number of the like those peck exploding emotes just get like rejected for kind of no reason. For like no reason at least that like we can immediately determine. Like it's to the point where I feel like you're gambling when you get an emote from that artist. Because sometimes Twitch will just be like, fuck it. Fuck you in particular. Because of some squares. It's frustrating. But no, like as a kid, my brain saw the spine as a giant credit card swiper. But no, like it's one of those things where it's like you know, I don't, I get that, like, you know, there's probably, like, because it's probably different people handling it, but, like, it is one of those things where it's like, I wish that there was, like, some reliability, like, some consistency to be like, hey, like, why is this one okay and this one isn't? And the answer just is kind of, like, shrug, even though it'll be, like, literally, like, copy and paste the same emote, just with different colors. I was planning on getting a middle finger emote and asked him in his server. That shit would have 100% gotten rejected. Oh, I have to imagine. It probably would have gotten, like, you know, blanket banned on the grounds of, like, you know, like, rude imagery or whatever. Do you want to see my near complete refresh of emotes? These are not shown off, though. These are not to be shown off. Yes, I would love to see it. This one looks hotter than this, to be honest. They just have, like, on staff, like, a resident extremely hypersexual person. Oh shit. Wait. I'm just realizing, like, that is okay, these are adorable. I hope my only concern is if they would read well at size and scale. But I am by no means an emote artist. But they look absolutely spectacular in that, like, at that size. Because, like, I know I've tried to implement my own emotes, and a lot of the times it just, like, ends up being, you know, the goon council. Most people zoomed in. Oh, that makes more sense. Like, if you're like zooming in on some of these things, like to just get, like, the facial reactions for some of them, they're more you know, focused on that. But no, like, I think you did a spectacular job. I won't lie, I'm, like, very envious of, like, your artistic skills. Like I want to be able to do stuff like that myself. But I'm aware that's all, like, a, you know, it's a like a progress thing. Okay. It actually all took, like, maybe an hour and a half each to get that far. I mean, okay, but, like, also, that's, like, do you want to see what an hour and a half looks like for me? This is an hour. This is an hour of work, and it's fucking, I'm gonna flip the canvas and be like, oh shit, it looks like ass because I've misplaced the eye. I just got my new job, so I'm planning out some emotes with my artist. Now I kind of want a peck emote. You're learning. I mean, yeah, but also, I am seeing some things that need to be fixed, though. Move you down here and probably out a little bit. So here's the secret. I mean, the answer is just like it's crime. Oh, that's how you commit crimes to get really, really good at art. Here, let me hide. I mean, the fact that I'm able to eyeball it that quickly is a sign of, like, because I was able to eyeball fix the issues with like 10 seconds. Like, that is, I am growing as an artist. It's just, like, it's frustrating. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, and like far be it from me to be like, oh no, like, you know, like I'm saying this is like I'm I'm jealous of you, aspirational. Like I want to get there someday for myself. In fact, you are learning in furries, and 80% of people will not notice your mistakes. That's fair. I mean, the person who is going to notice the mistakes is me, and that's, like, the person I'm trying to impress. Problem is, me is, like, way less generous about my own mistakes than I am about other people's. Okay. This is a banger. I'm here for it. But no, like, I'll get there, I'm sure. It's just like one of those, you know, it's one of those things where it's like it is part of the process. I can't imagine all, like, you know, it's probably gonna be like a long while before I can get anywhere close to like that level of detail, but I mean, the fact that I am like going out of my way to add like little details nowadays, I think is a sign of like me growing as an artist. You know, like I think like if this were one of my first orbs, I don't think I would have done the hat. I would have been like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't feel confident about the hat. Classic, also not samba. I guess to be fair, like samba is something very specific, as the resident Brazilian will tell you. Hold up, I think I might need to like move. There you go. Like move it up to like mid eye. It's a genre called foro. Foro? Or is it, I guess it's like the double R, so it'd be like rolled, so it'd be foro. Foro Rocher. I think that's Ferrero Rocher. No, wait, no, that's Ferrari Rocher. I'm not allowed to do that bit. I need someone here to play off so I can have that bit. Don't roll the R. So hey bird, welcome on in, Hyena Sid. Glad to have you sweeping. I should have Hyena Sid. R sounds like R in the beginning of the words. So in the beginning of words. So it's foro. Foro? Are you listening to Spanish music? No, apparently it's foro music. Okay. I'm learning vaguely how to pronounce things in fucking Portuguese, I suppose. Because it goes against every fucking, like, the Portuguese is just Spanish but incorrect. I guess to be fair, there's like there isn't really like a chin here per se. Sorry, I feel ancient. I just got news that I got a new infant relative. All right, well, wait, why am I Benui? I'm not supposed to be Benui. Get flat, nerd. Not perfect, but people will understand you well. I mean, listen. Considering I don't speak the language, I feel like just getting it like it. I don't know why, you know. I don't know why I said anything. All right. Okay, let's see. Now let's see. I guess this would be the chest area. Stark Nui. This is a hoppy morph. Good enough. It's not soccer mom pronunciation. Fair enough. Yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like I don't want fucking. I don't want to give it like the fucking a tortilla. I'm not trying to tortilla this. Stark, you should draw Buffman and Robert. Listen, I am so backlogged on tasks that the appeal of horny is low. Okay. Hold up. How does... There we go. How big of a backlog? Uh, Indefinite length. Like I said, the job search is like the big thing that's on my mind. That takes a substantial amount of like time, energy, and well-being to power. So like, and that basically can go. I'll be honest with you. I've not had a job search that has gone less than 10 months. Wait, when's May? May, January, February, March, April. Oh no, so that's 5. Yeah, so the shortest job hunt I had was 6 months. So like, probably never at the current rate things are going. Job search abyss is most demoralizing shit I've experienced. It's so fucking frustrating. The worst part is like I'm basically like hyper gimping myself because I am trying to look for a job in like Canada, so. But no, like to some degree, it's like I keep talking about it, but it's also like meaningfully like it is an issue. It's like I feel bad talking about it, but also like, you know, my shortest was 2 weeks, but that was in New Jersey 5 years ago. Are you trying to move there? Yeah, I'm trying to move somewhere in like, you know, Ontario or Toronto. Ontario or Toronto, I say like that. Like Toronto isn't in fucking Ontario. Your stream, Starky. Fair enough. Oh, here, let me remove that for you real quick. That's where I got a bunch of buds up there. Heck yeah. There, I removed it for you, Gadget. Don't worry about it. But no, also heard that many Gen Zs are started protesting around the globe. Honestly, good. Society fucking sucks. Why would we bother participating in it? It's not like me trying to be like, oh, like, you know, hoorah the system. It's like, I wish it worked for me. It fucking doesn't. So let it burn. All right. This should be it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve when we move over to a new boss, so sorry about that, but... Good, the world needs a little burning before change. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, where I am service is going in and out. But no. Everything gets better eventually. But no, it's just like, you know... It's like, it's that like perpetual frustration I do keep voicing, which is the like, why do I would like to stop living in historic times. Please and thank you. Oh, Chris, is that the wrong song? Weird. It might handle... Why is this song called Undressed? I don't know. Let me remove it for you real quick. But no, like, you know... It's one of those things where it's like, you know, there's like a lot of reports where it's like a lot of companies are now like regretting trying to replace people with AI, and I'm like, I wish, you know, I wish that kind of, I could feel the impact of that. Unfortunately, things continue to still be bad, so like, you know. Well, come on in, Saber. Glad to have you sweeping. Get a shout for Saber Big Cat. How you holding up? I'm just chilling, trying to figure out some paws. Or I guess talons? We're drawing paws. I'm trying. Welcome on in, Meaty. Glad to have you sweeping as well. It's technically talons, because we are actually drawing a burb proper this time. Here, let me... This is the burb we're drawing. Hold on, let's work on the part that, like, you know, to some degree, like, get distracted, work on the part that, like, you know, I know how to do while my brain kind of figures out how to do the part that I don't know how to do. There we go. Oh, burp, try not to double up on shadows by shutting up frame perfectly. I appreciate it. But yeah, no. So largely just like it's just like chill art night and complaining about the world. Also, your bunny dude rocks. Thanks. This was so this was actually all of the like the 2D TFs were made by like various art friends. This one was made by Twiz the Toon. Who is himself a Benui. Chill art and complaining about the human horrors. Yeah. Hopefully that's like, you know, something that people find compelling. Maybe it's like supposed to be start higher up is like what's going on. Okay. So somewhere like this. There you go. That looks a little bit better to me. Honestly, I love OCT. They go so hard for fucking songs about like going to dim sum. I like dim sum. It's not my favorite like meal ever, but it is pretty tasty for what it is. You ever take a bite out of the moon? No. I imagine it probably tastes pretty bad. All right. I haven't had dim sum in so long. Don't get me wrong, like I like dim sum. I just like there like I think I would rather have if like if the choice for me was between hot pot and dim sum, I'm going for hot pot every single time. Tastes like cheese, never had to. Oh, true. It's like hot pot, Korean barbecue, or like my two big, you know, like loves in regards to like meals that like I would consider like relatively special. Okay.
Wretch, wretch, where the wretch?
What's up, Crisp?
But Starky, hot pot dim sum with barbecue on the side.
That's a lot. That's too much in my opinion. My favorite meal I ever had was at a Korean barbecue place. I got this yaki udon with chicken, beef, and shrimp. And I'm like, that sounds fucking spectacular. God, I'm so fucking hungry. I already had dinner. I'm about to fucking have a second dinner. I even made like good like Japanese food. It was it's a miso salmon with teriyaki vegetables and fried rice. And like it turned out relatively well. I can't experience dim sum or Korean barbecue because I'm locked in Starky's mod basement. It's 2025. Treat yourself to second dinner. Listen, as foolish as it might be, I would like to at some point, like, you know, secure a future that might be slightly more stable. As foolhardy as that might be it currently, and that requires at least a little bit of saving. How about dinner too? When I move out, I'm going to learn how to cook as much Japanese food. Japanese food definitely requires a lot of very specific ingredients. Is like that's like my issue with preparing it. Is like you need to have like it's great. It's relatively easy to make, but it does require like you need to get some specific ingredients that are unfortunately a bit difficult to source. This is like easy, perfect for me. It's tasty. You can prep it. Easy. A lot of it stays. Macro-wise, it's good. Yeah. I mean, the big things you need to get are like bonito flakes, dashi stock, and there's like a bunch of odds and ends. Like it's mostly just like 3 or 4 like ingredients that are just like bonito flakes and dashi stock are relatively easy to find. The rest of it is like various levels of a huge pain in the ass. Artie Burb, welcome on, Brianna. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I got furikake from Trader Joe's since they have their own furikake, and since then, anytime I make rice, I throw it in. Oh, furikake is like great for stuff like that. I actually have I have a recipe that for spam musubi, which it uses furikake as like one of the major flavor components, and it's great there. As a kid, I was like, ew, spam, and I was an adult, I'm like, spam's great, you just have to fix the texture issue. What's up,
Fun
Chris?
fact, chicken broth is the base of almost all soup-based Chinese food.
That sounds about right. Okay, so something like this. To some degree, I'm like, I need to kind of sell the whole like having talons thing, but without having talons. Spam and macaroni and cheese is low-key one of my main things I make when feeling lazy. It's like super convenient because like spam, you basically just like throw it in a pan with some oil and it tastes great, and then you just throw in whatever. They're able to hydrate. Actually, I should probably I was definitely underhydrated today. God, I drew this bald fox head, so well, I'm afraid to put hair on it. Man, I wish I related to that problem. StarkyMorph adds chili oil when it cooks the spam. That actually is a fucking spectacular idea. Hold up. Wait, you might have fundamentally revolutionized the way I approach spam. There we go. It does sound... Oh, hey, thank you for the save reminder. Guess who hasn't saved this a single fucking time as I'm working on it? Me. Why am I like this? All right. Dear bastard. Listen, the sketch isn't real until we get to the line art. From there, it's like, this is just a myth. I will say, I do have autosave set up. So it does automatically save every, like, I think half an hour. So in theory, the most I would be losing is like half an hour. Makes spam so much better than it is. But no, like, spam is like, it's surprisingly tasty, but like you do have to because the texture is a problem you have to work with. I tried spam in Hot Pot, and it definitely didn't fix the texture problem, and so it was a little bit harder to eat, like, for sure. Is this Samba? I love anything that uses calypso drums. I just press a button to save. The salt content is tricky. Yeah, you do have to keep in mind, like, it's a little bit easier for me because, like, as I'm perpetually on SSRIs, like, my salt content in my bloodstream is actually, like, lower than it's supposed to be a lot of the time. But if you do have, like, salt, like, family histories of, like, health issues regarding salt, you do got to be, like, a little bit more careful with that, unfortunately. I bind the save shortcut to a button on my drawing tablet, and it's wonders when I remember it. Here, because I need to merge this to the layer below. I need to figure out what I'm making for this upcoming week. I'm like, I kind of want to start dipping into like some of my more wintry recipes, like wintry and fall, but like the weather just isn't quite there yet. Because like a lot of them are like hot pot stuff, which helps heat the apartment. It sucks because like salt's so fucking useful for making things taste good. Listen. I went to Texas Fried Chicken and someone asked for salt. That's horrifying. I will literally throw garlic salt in anything that will allow it. This like it. I think salt is the big reason why I will never be like super cut like the way I usually like. I get Starky drawn like really like cut. I will never actually be like actually toned like that because I like salt too much. So I'll always have like a decent amount of like water weight on my body. Which means I'm always gonna have a little bit of a tummy. I do like wait, stop salt stops you from getting cut. Okay, that's like to some degree I am overstating the effect of it. So what salt does is it makes your body retain more water. That's like why like the people who get like bodybuilder big, like they'll actually like they will go low sodium before a competition because it helps remove water from their system. You see it like having a bit of tummy is bad. I suppose that's fair. But no, like it's one of the things where it's like if you're close to like having like defined abs, you can push it over the edge by like lowering sodium intake. But I don't have that willpower in me. Tommy would love Tommy here. I wish so deeply that I had more free time. I want to work out. I also care about bigger chests more than having abs. That's fair. I want to go fucking full. I want full bear mode. I want to be a fucking brick wall like fridge of a man who just walks around giving very gentle and affectionate hugs. That's what I want for me. Beefiest burb. Would you send me would you want me I actually would appreciate like a routine kind of like idea to kind of get started, although I'm sure I'd be starting at lower weights. That'd be awesome. The big thing right now is literally just like free time and energy. Welcome on to Minotaur Magic. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean, because it's one of those things where it's like I definitely know I have the chops in terms of like habit formation where I could work it, but with all that's going on in my life right now, I unfortunately don't have the the energy on a Soren Quest. We do have Soren Quest, but it's a little different. It's gonna be for Spotify. Yeah, it's more just what do you have rather than how heavy. Habit formation is something I struggle with hard, to be honest. I mean, if you want, I'm like, part of me was like, hey, grabs you like a ice cream cone, like the way you're supposed to grab birds. What if we encourage each other to work out? But I'm also like, do I want to commit to that right now? My fucking exhausted ass is struggling. But no, like it wouldn't necessarily be ill advised, even if it's just like, hey, like remind me, like if it's one of those things where it's like there's no pressure to actually like get involved, but if you remind me to do it, then you yourself get reminded to do it. So like in that way, it becomes a habit. But okay, wings time. But no, that's like, gently holds like hamburger. But yeah, that's one of those things. Like, it's an idea. This is like a very fluffy wings. I'm kind of here for it. Was looking on 7 TV and found a skibbity toilet Sheldon emote. Can you unsay those words? Can you ban yourself? But no, like, I would definitely like, I would like someday to have the time and energy so I can dedicate to like a workout routine and then just like be massive. What I do is instead of 3 reps of 10 or whatnot, each rep I keep going until I can't lift, rest for a minute or two, and keep going until I can't, keep struggling to lift. That's fair. Because I have the viewers find you and ban you, there's nothing I can do. Speaking of which, I actually gotta head to the gym right now. Gonna be lurking for a good stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully get a good pump in. And for sure, like feel free to hit me up. And I actually like I can definitely see about like getting, you know, see if I can fit like a quick workout. I'll do my best, dog. You got this. I'll send it over tonight. Heck yeah. I would definitely appreciate the workout routine. I know I have like, and like this is not me like, you know, advertising the throne, but it's like I do have like the weights on there that I would like to get at some point. You know, at some point I'll like, you know, I'll like just grab those for myself. And then like I'll have like a redeem. Because like I do think like having the redeem on stream is like also a good way of like helping me get pressure to the point where like I will just like work out. Especially because I've joked about starting an OnlyFans if I ever hit Twitch partner, which luckily will never happen. I'm gonna buy them for you, but $450. So also bisexual and young Sheldon specifically, and they're multiple help. Stop looking. That's the fucking edge of the abyss. My bird in Christ. That is the fucking like that is the cursed land. That is Sheol from like the fucking the what's the like the holy scripture of Judaism? What's the term for that? It's Torah. That's Sheol from the Torah. Like there is nothing there worth salvaging. Just burn it. Like not the Torah, the Skibbity Sheldon. I fucking hate that that was the way I structured that sentence made it like that could potentially have been like a no reason you can't hoe out your bib if you don't want to go out yourself. I suppose that's fair. The thing is, like, I do want to work out myself. I just like need motivation and also like time and energy. Wait, I was gonna steal your shirt, but you're 2D. Fuck. Can I guess the Ice Cube song? Or yeah, here. Oh God, there are so many songs in the queue.
What does this button do? Please, please.
Oh, hold up, Sid. How dare you press the button? Also, welcome on in, Phoenix. Let out you, sweet bean. You can do yogas at least. I actually do have a yoga pad. The thing is, so the fun thing was like I actually did have like a workout plan idea, which was it was gonna be I was gonna do like a lot of Beat Saber, and then I actually no longer like I do not trust Meta at all with my information. Like most of us are Spotify listeners. That's fair. With the yoga map, I know you never even... actually did have it open because it unironic. I was using it to like help soften the blow of standing for extended periods of time while playing Beat Saber. How does this look? Like ass? A little bit like ass. All right, I guess we're boxing. How dare you put... Wait, what? What the fuck? That's weird. How dare you put me in a box? And also break my stream. I'm realizing now, I have no fucking clue how to draw wings. Some more like let's try this shape. Starky will be put in the cardboard tube. Listen, I am not a stoat. That is for stoats. Isburb doesn't know how to draw wings. Listen, man. I know how to draw wings. I don't know how to draw like simplified wings like this or like tucked in. Here. Let me look up chickens. Yeah, they kind of just have like a I smell irony. Hold up. Because it ends up just kind of being like with chickens, it ends up just kind of being like something like this. So I could just kind of like... Something almost like this. And then I would just need to like adjust like the fuzz around here. Back from dinner. Welcome back, Fine Point. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. What'd you have for dinner? I should not have asked that question. I am so fucking hungry. I only ate fries. I've had days like that where I'm just like I wish only for the sweet release that death will bring. Let's just go ahead and fucking stick some like onion rings in the air fryer. Time for dinner too. Y'all just trying to get the bird tum. Point to you. I know what you are. Y'all like tummies. You wanna see the singular thing I've eaten today? Girl dinner, huh? Yeah, girl dinner do in fact got hands sometimes. I mean, nuh-uh. There we go. Burgetti. So the only thing I've eating today is the definition of boy dinner. I swear to God, if it's like fucking mac... Okay, so it isn't mac, craft, and cheese. It is, in fact, just cheese, crackers, and salami. It's like one of those like it's a gent... I can't even say it's like a gentrified fucking, because it's not. It's like a low effort charcuterie board. It's like I don't say is like oh like that, like that's a judgment. I'm not saying that as like I'm not judging you, because I've done that myself, but also I at least prepare like a meal a day. Okay, now that... Is this what the what what the movie Bird Box looks like? Yes. I've not seen Bird Box, but it is my understanding that this is what the movie Bird Box is all about. Couldn't think of it. Isn't that one Lunchable with the cheese and crackers and ham just a kids cheap charcuterie boards for kids? Yep. I definitely have seen like aged up like versions of that intended for adults, and it's basically the same thing. What would you fatten Starky with? Food, children, air, D batteries. What the okay, Oceano, this might be the single most cursed poll. This is worse than any poll Kosai or Soriel have ever run. If I could unmake one poll, it would be this one. Real said, realized a new fighting game, gonna admire / play the Wolf Dad guy. Oh yeah, the 2XKO with Warwick, right? I wish I could enjoy it, but I don't like Riot. I don't like or trust Riot. Where's the multiple choice option? D batteries would short circuit Starky out for a bit though. I would just get processed like anything else inside of like the nano machine mass. I feel like this is like not my finest work when it comes to this verb, unfortunately.
We're the rats.
I was talking with a friend of mine the other day, and my friend told me what starts with F and ends with K. And then I said, no, it doesn't.
Welcome on in, Kenny. Glad to have you, sweet. Big shout for that, Kenny guy. That's a pretty solid introductory pun, I won't lie. Okay. This is looking cute so far. Oh my god, it's the bird from Blue Sky. Listen, no, I don't know. This is the same fucking chord progression as Despacito. There you go. Holy cow, that's a quality burb. I'm trying my best.
Fun fact, StarkyMorph has consumed several children in the past.
What
like
are you
he had to be
talking
removed
about?
from the average
Prime
amount of
burb
children
material
an
and-
average person
Indeed.
consumes due to being child-eating Georg.
Fucking child eating Georg is powerful. I respect the fuck out of that. Sounds like a challenge. Do not fucking say that with the goddamn. Also, welcome on Arcane Ninjas. Good to have you, sweet bean. What episode of Drinky Crow Show is this? Oh god damn it! Hold up. The tablet's fighting me. It does this occasionally. I'm assuming. Nope. I'm just gonna have to like unplug it and replug it back in until it decides to start working. There we go. What unit of verb is everything? We operate in Borb units at the moment. I don't know what the conversion rate is like, unfortunately. Borb, gotcha. Yep. Here. Trying to figure out like where this would be. So something like here. And then we just kind of like erase the odds and ends. There we go. You got to acquire your own Borbify redeem, though. Are you that Borb's father, or do we need to contact Skarmory Povich? That's such a fucking... That's a powerful reference. I respect it. No, I'm not the Borb's father. I merely am creating the Borb. at the behest of another. You can acquire your own to the Borb if I... Yes, we do have the Borb if I redeem, if you would like to also be turned into a Borb. Which we transform Starky into Labubu, plastic water bottle, D-bat... Horrible flesh with a second moon. Okay, but like, to be honest with you, a bird this Borb the size of the moon would be fucking horrifying. Arcana Ninja, just take the follow. Good blab check. That would be Sweet Bean. I feel like I've seen you around. Oh, hold up. We've returned to the third dimension. Thank you for the stretch reminder. I want to say that I've seen you around a couple of places. It's weird because like I'm all over the place on Furry Twitch. So like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I know that there's stretch check. My back is shrimping. I'm kind of a general mess. I respect that. I respect that. No, not being tied down to any specific person to be a gremlin to. There we go. Alrighty. This is definitely, I think, the fluffiest of the Borbs that I've made so far. Actually, I think I kind of want to just, like... Well, I'm bothering Rokums, and God help me, I'm a sucker for the Muscle Bear Himbo combo. That's fair. I'm also, like, right there with you. Muscle Bear Himbos are just great. But also, Rokums is a heck of Sweet Bean. There's so many people that, like, I wish I had the time and energy to interact with more. And Rokums is definitely up there. As he is very sweet big cat. I'm a big... I like big cats, even though, like, the perpetual jokes of being the bird who likes being around big cat zonas means that I will never escape and slash or beat the vor allegations, unfortunately. Okay. I like danger as well. Fair enough. Here. There we go. How does that look if we flip the canvas? Just gotta be a bigger bird than the cat. That's fair. I think I like the idea of pulling, like, here, let's liquefy, like, this just bring this in a little bit. Look at them tippy tappy. Starky, I tried. I voted for battery. Why am I being turned into a Labubu? I got picked up and carried away by Muscle Bear, and I didn't even fight. It just went long cat status. Listen, at that point, it's like either you're 100% into it, or you're not at all into it. But also, like, what are you gonna do? As a Nudurg, we are always in long cat status. I brought my ticket to Furball, hoping that would happen. Starky, yes, in a safer work way. Do buy Labubu. StarkyMorph, D battery. Are you trying to fucking outdo each other in terms of cursed awful pulls? What? I need to reconsider my mods. Hey, we might be opening for mod applications here soon. If anyone's interested. What are these polls? I don't know. And at this point, I'm too scared to ask. Here, is there anything I'm missing in terms of, like... I guess there's, like... Here. Mod Flanders. Mod Orators. I give this poll a 4 out of 10. Has no cohesion. It is a little bit like incredibly slapdash. Oh, that's okay. So Kasai enabled rigging the poll. Is there a cursed poll minimum in their contracts? No. Can I remove the ability for my mods to make polls? This is a question that I didn't necessarily think I would need to consider, but here we are. It needs a comically large boomerang. Brianna, give me that over 100. Give me the shirt back. You can't just take it. Okay. So that kind of accounts for like what's going on here. I barely make polls. You have yet to meet my full power. You look better shirtless. Fair enough. I can tone it down if you want. Just a little bit. These polls are a little bit like I don't even know how to engage with them because they are a touch on the erratic side. This is where I have to do like a little bit of creative interpretation of the character. Okay, for Starky looks better shirtless. I'm trying to think if I've ever been shirtless around you. The fact that I can't remember is like probably a sign that it has happened at some point. It's not like I would necessarily have noticed or cared. At least twice, fair enough. It really sucks they screwed up Ruby. I love the like. Some people are like, oh, it's butt music, but like I actually kind of like the butt music. It's in the same way that like I like Sonic music, but I'm not the hugest fan of the Sonic games. I like Ruby music. The story of Ruby as like a media franchise though is like deeply tragic. When Ian Ambrose worked on your back, oh, that's fair. That is a good point. I did get a massage from Ambrose and Phoenix at one point, and my back is probably fucked up again from that. But I had a great time receiving the massage. So 10 out of 10, good experience. Trying to make a black-white deck in MTG that's designed to be horrifying. Starky's terrible posture. I'm fucking 6'7". Good posture is exclusively for people who are below 6 foot. I will not be accepting complaints about that at this time. Me at 5'3" begs to differ. No, that's because you have that's a skill issue. I wasn't expecting the fucking Uno reverse card. Like good posture is a fucking privilege afforded only to the short. I'm gonna be 100% with you. unless you've experienced the pain and suffering of like bashing your head into everything. I bashed my head into a fucking satellite dish before. Good posture is a trap if you're tall. Okay. I'm looking at the beak patterns right now. Starky's gigantic. I'm 6'7". I guess to be fair, that is like very, very tall by normal human standards. Starky even hit the ISS. Okay. Can you confirm Starky's very tall? You put 107 votes on D Battery Preg, by the way. Do you want to know the answer to that? Is like that, then like that becomes my question. 6'7", those numbers terrify me. I mean, listen. It's one of those things where it's like, I think even if I like if I think it like I would need to have like 400 to 500 pounds of muscle to like be like a full like muscle bear tank. But Sergey so tall is posture like the first saint from Arc Knights. Oceano. Oceano. Hold up, that's not the right image. Oceano, how I can't believe you. How dare you dox me live on stream? This is literally just me all the time, constantly. It's just accurate. This is 1-to-1. This is what my fucking spine looks like. Like, fun fact, that's why I can't go to a chiropractic's office. Like, if I go there, they'll fucking see horrors beyond the imagination. It's eldritch monstrosity up in this bitch. That's not true, Starky. You're constantly on your back with me. Shut up. I mean, you're not wrong, but like the phrasing on that is intentionally suspicious. Problem with Starky's height became some weird Gen Alpha meme. What am I looking at? My spine. My spine. This is what my spine do. Yo, what that spine do? Suffer. Made a normal pull. What one of these horror games do you want Starky to play? I actually do have Dredge. All right. Yes, Queen, break that back. Oh, I need to remember the feathers. Like Greville's hat? Yeah. I need it because the feathers, there's 3 feathers in the hat. Here, let me, I kind of hide you. There we go. There we go. React just decided to say something in the most wild way possible, and I'm here for it. What the hell is Dredge, guys? Dredge is like, it's like horror, like, you know, eldritch horror monstrosity fishing game. Imagine realizing your spine has been misaligned for 14 years and anxiety has been a pinched nerve. Listen, I'm constantly learning shit about people who don't have ADHD that pisses me the fuck off. I'm gonna be 100%. Like the fact that like fucking people without ADHD don't need to actively make the decision to form a habit. Like their brain will just tell them, "Hey, it's this time. Go do the thing that you've made a habit out of." Boat inventory management game. Like there's constantly shit I'm learning about like people who don't have ADHD where I'm just like, God, I wish I could be so, if I could get so much done. Huh? That sounds illegal. Merge with the layer below. There we go. But no, like that is apparently, you know, I guess to be fair, like if I were like, if I didn't have ADHD, my, you know, I would probably have like more, like there's something to be said about like just being wired differently. It's fucking wild. How do they do that? I don't know. I don't know, and it pisses me off, and it also fucking scares me a little bit. Because like, could you imagine if a single fucking ADHD person had the ability to just like, yeah, I'm just gonna develop a fucking habit. There's like, yeah, this is a habit now. We would be too powerful. God had to nerf us. They really said like, you can't have a hyperfixation and also the ability to control it. I feel like if that was the case, like every fucking like, so there would be so many more like hyper buff gym furries. Yeah, also my ADHD meds, I found myself stretching and going outside without thinking about it. I'm already too powerful. There was like a thing when you take ADHD in character creation, you gotta take some nerfs. Yeah, exactly. It can't be all upside. Okay, I think I'm relatively I'm happy enough with this where I think it's worth inking it. But no, there's just like there was something one of my friends told me, it was like if you have ADHD and you're like you know, if you're like doing something off task with ADHD and you're not having fun, Like if you're doing something but not enjoying it, if you're not receiving serotonin, you're not wasting time, you're just experiencing executive dysfunction. And like I as soon as I heard that, my fucking it's like it's like the veil was lifted. When I get paid, if I give you Crow Country, would you consider playing it? Takes around 6 hours. I would, I would give it a shot. Oh, hey, my shirt's back. Oh, hold up. I need increased stabilization. I still felt bad as earlier. I'm sorry to hear that. We're back in 2006, bitches. Shirt's back, unfortunately. There's got to be like some there's got to be like someone out there who's like casually like selling his jocks and shit, like, like that, what do you think, like do you, if you're like on like OnlyFans or something, like can you write all of the like the clothes you sell off as like, is that like a business expense? Of course, sorry, of course people do that. Oh yeah, of course. But like I'm now thinking about like the logistics of like what is, what is and is not like a, a like an expense you can write off. Man, this is a wild thing to take the headphones off for. I don't fucking know. Y'all y'all talk about the most random shit, and I'm like, I'm just like, whenever I return the energy, everyone's like, Starky, what the fuck are you talking about? Chat every single day of my life. That's my partner for you, bud. Use jockstrap vending machine business for cons. Imagine the money. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it would fucking kill. Oh, hold up. I ignore that. Nope. Starky, quick question. When will the next community night? I have no fucking clue. I'm gonna be honest. It's called gaslighting the streamer. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a fair point. I hadn't really considered that. That is like an important part of the streaming process, is like having like chat meaningfully employ like psychological tactics to make your, to make you feel like you're going crazy. That is an important, part of the the streamer space. And crazy, I was crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. I'm sorry. The fucking sung in a round version of the crazy copy pasta is wild to me, because it unironically is like genuinely fascinating harmonies. Daisy date. I always start too low. I always start too low when I try to sing Daisy. So like I end up going into the bass that I don't feel comfortable using. I love Crowfax. Crowfax are wild. Part of me wants to do the you know what I love? You. That was like my immediate response, but also like I feel like that's the kind of shit where like if you do it like that actively invites parasociality. So that's why like I don't. Like I do appreciate y'all, but like I'm never gonna be like you specific and you too random specific citizen. Like I'm not gonna do that shit. But no. Hopefully you're like, y'all are just like content to watch me kind of like yap and do art. I accidentally spooped some corvids when I fed them my leftover rice from my musubi yesterday. On the one hand, you've offered them food. On the other hand, you spooked them. So probably net neutral in terms of their opinion of you. French baguette? Wait, there's a... Siri also has baguette facts? Baguette facts is one of those specific, like, 2-word phrases that you can't do a spoonerism on because you will just say a slur. Huh? Okay. So a spoonerism is what like if you... It's like, it's 2-word... I can get cat pics on demand. Oh, never mind. You were looking at the cat pics. You weren't expecting it. I feel like I've explained on stream what spoonerisms are before. But like, just in case. And my brain spat out, I love your mask sans parasocially. I mean, okay, so we did get new sans content with the Undertale 10th anniversary. I actually did the fight. It's pretty short, all things considered. Not really all that bad. How many facts have we have on Starky stream? Facts on my stream? More likely than you might think. Nope, that's not right. I checked the command list and it's massive. I should probably like investigate what my bots are capable of doing more. My computer froze on me for a brief second. That's the fucking worst feeling. Like that's the worst feeling when your computer just like it just like stutters inexplicably for no reason. Which is what inexplicably means. Or I guess like inexplicably is like without explanation. I shall show you all a fox. In other words, I know this Starky isn't the true unfiltered form of Starky, but I love the vibe. I mean, okay. I don't feel like I will... I feel like there are very few people who ever see truly unfiltered Starky. And like, and by that I mean like, I don't know if anyone ever will. Because like that requires a level of like willing to put up with my bullshit that I would not want to inflict on my worst enemy. Which isn't to say like, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna perpetually be like, you know, hold up, because I need to figure out what I'm doing here. Because I need to fix this. This was one of the issues I noted. There we go. We all wear some degree of mask. Exactly. It's like when with unmasking, you're not taking off the mask fully. Ever. You're just lessening it to a degree. Interesting to know. But no. To some degree, I you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like if I ever, like, I feel like that would be like, if I ever could find someone I could comfortably go full like mask off, like that's like, I guess the way I view soulmates. Is it someone for whom like there is just like, you know, there's such genuine comfort that there's like, there is no need to like hold anything back. Can we get a rack fact? That's a good question. Oh, also, I'm sorry to say this, Kasai, but I actually have added a second stereotype I now associate with raccoon sonas. And unfortunately, I don't think you're gonna like it. Which is that a lot of the raccoon sonas I know are they're like incredibly submissive, like want to be like tread on and treated like dirt level submissive. So and you know, it basically you're with your appreciation for girl bosses, I think that one also unfortunately might track. Okay. And there it is. Their son is the trash animal. No wonder they want to be treated like trash. And don't get me wrong, like that's, you know, it's a stereotype for a reason, which is to say that like I know a bunch of people for whom it is accurate. The language of bottoms. Hey, anyone who needs a new password, just start getting like that. Listen, it's a solid like 5 or 6 people. Like I know a lot of oof, and I thought foxes were the submissive ones. Oh, foxes are. Foxes are submissive, but they're the more like use and let loose, whereas raccoons are more like submissive to the core. From what I've seen? Ow. Alyssa, I promise you, I don't mean this in a negative sense. You're welcome to, honestly, here's the thing. For all of the shit foxes get about, like, being the perpetual bottoms, I genuinely do think that, like, people who get, like, people with, like, buff fox zonas, like, we need more of those. This is going for everyone's throats. I guess I'm just in a catty place tonight. Time to start the drama. The retort is that Starky feeling cunty. That is actually a very powerful emote. I love the song from Sonic Art. This is Sonic Race is okay. What is Sonic R? Yeah, you have to remember, I'm fucking stupid when it comes to, like, I don't know shit about I don't know shit about fuck, but I especially don't know shit about Sonic. Sonic R. Okay, so Sonic R is like Sonic Racing. The first 3D Sonic Racing game. It's on the Sega Saturn. Okay. I need to get the new Sonic, like, because apparently Sonic Racing World or whatever. No, it's Mario Kart World and Sonic Cross Racing. Apparently it's actually like a banger. Like, people are really, really enjoying it, and also it's not on the fucking Switch too. Like, I can actually get it on PC. Cross Worlds, that's it. So, like, I actually do plan on picking that up at some point. There we go. No, hold up. I fucked it up. It's beating Mario Kart World by a lot. Well, yeah, it's because, like, I actually, like, I genuinely... I think that there's a lot of companies that are going through, like, corporate rot, which is basically that they have, like, a bunch of... They have a bunch of seniority who basically, you know, that people listen to largely because they have seniority and not because like their ideas are like demonstrably correct. And I feel like Nintendo is very much like is very much getting hit by that, where I feel like a lot of Nintendo games are like being ruined because corporate, like, you know, the people at the top have a very specific idea of like how the game is supposed to be played. You know, the fact that like they specifically said, hey, you're gonna have to fucking play like the intermission tracks, despite the fact that people didn't like them. You know, it's very, very like wrong-headed. I think is like that, like that's an incorrect way to approach a game. I feel like if you are designing a game, you fundamentally need to look at it from the place of like people are going to play this in the way that's the most fun to them, and you have to either decide if you're going to be chasing after multiple tastes, if you're going to be like designing the games that way it appeals to people like both like, you know, the core gamer, the casual gamer, etc., 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 or like if you're going to be looking at it from a place of like, hey, you know, we're going after this one specific audience, and then you have to decide like, hey, like bugs I think are like, you know, I think bug fixes for stuff that impede gameplay are like fair, but I feel like if you're like patching out like dupes, if you're patching out like duplication techniques, I think you're fundamentally kind of misunderstanding like what like I feel like techniques like those are like only going to be used by the kind of people who find it beneficial, you know? Or like the people who wouldn't necessarily want to engage with the resource gathering aspect anyway, you know? So it makes the game more fun for them to have access to it, and it's not impacting the people who want to play the game authentically. So it's like, why, you know? And then that argument is mostly for like single player games. I'm mostly looking at like Tears of the Kingdom. Depends on how the dupe is done. Yeah, it's like if the dupe is like something like you do, like you wouldn't reasonably stumble upon it unless you know what you're like what to look for. Like I feel like that's the kind of thing where it's like I would let that go, and only in a single player context. In a multiplayer context, I feel like duping is the kind of thing where it's like you reasonably should be patching that out. Because like it does meaningfully, like even if it's, you know, even if there are people who are going to like be self-governing with it, not everyone is, and then suddenly, you know, you've created this feel bad moment where like the person who is like holding, you know, who is holding himself accountable for whatever is you know, it has to kind of engage with the person who is not, you know, who is just using it at full force. Nintendo has extremely narrow views on how games should be played. Exactly. It's like, and I genuinely like it. That very much reads in like the way I read whenever like Nintendo does some new bullshit is that like Nintendo is kind of out of touch, and I feel like as a video game company that's like the kiss of death. I feel like I regret the answer, but I'm also legit curious. What does a straight bottom even mean anyway? It's okay. So to be fair, like that is I would say a malapropism. Bottom traditionally means being on the receiving end of sexual intercourse. There is generally the correlation that bottom lines up with submissive, but they're not necessarily the same trait. You know, there are submissive tops. There are, you know, there are dominant bottoms, etc., etc., etc. And I to some degree do. I get frustrated when I feel like it's power bottoming. Welcome on in, Mad. Tino, Mad. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Let me know how I should refer to you. But no, like power bottoming is an example of a dominant bottom. They are the person who is in charge during the scene, and they're also on the receiving end of things. Just Nomad is fine? Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm dumb, and I completely missed the fact that Nomad is in there. But no. Like, power bottoming is like you are in charge, but you're also on the receiving end of things. So I guess that's like kind of what they're kind of like going for like service top or submissive top. Is like that's what a straight bottom would mean. unless, you know, you are straight but also enjoy, you know, engage in you know, anal orgasms via, like, you know, pegging is actually a thing. Normalize the power of bottoms. No, I'm 100% with you. I think that, like, you know, I think like a, you know, a buff, confident person who just happens to be on the receiving end is also very attractive. If I intend to change the name eventually. Okay, perfect. Well, today I learned, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, it's, yeah, you know, there is something to be said about, like, I think it's frustrating that there are people, like, there are people who are queer who don't really identify or understand, like, they kind of are just dismissive of queer history. And, like, I feel like the difference between submissive and bottom is, like, very, very, like, low on that, but it is kind of like, it's kind of like a bell ringer in my head whenever I see someone do that, where I'm like, they kind of, like, haven't really engaged with, like, historic, like, queer historically, you know, speaking, which is kind of a problem because there's a lot of very important history to be learned and, you know, developed and built on. And just because things are, you know, relatively speaking, easy to be queer nowadays, it doesn't mean that we can take it for granted. But no, that's like, that's one of my many soapboxes. Probably wait, people will eventually, yeah, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm probably skipping the Switch 2 and maybe Nintendo products for the foreseeable future. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be, like, a significant shakeup in Nintendo corporate structure before I would consider doing anything with any of their products again. What is going on in this song? This is Conspiracy by Carl Casey. But no, like, I don't trust Nintendo to make good decisions about things anymore. Asking for blood from a stone there. I mean, listen, you're not wrong. You are, in fact, quite correct that, like, I'm, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I was boycotting Disney since I was, like, 17. I've been ignoring, like, I've been actively trying to avoid engaging with Disney products for a decade at this point. And it's not like, the problem with boycotting Disney is, like, dipshits boycott Disney all the time for fucking stupid shit. It'd be like, they put a gay character, boycott them, and then they won't. So, you know, it's like, anytime I look up, like, Disney controversy or whatever, it's the dumbest fucking morons on the planet being like, but my heteronormativity, you know? Not that, you know, like, it's just it's one of those frustrating things. Yeah, after Water and Reggie, there haven't been a good idea from Nintendo as a company for years. But no, like, that's, you know, because, like, my big frustration with Disney was just, like, I was deeply frustrated with their involvement in IP law. And so I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna, like, you know, not engage with any of that bullshit. And it's actually, but it's simultaneously become, like, way harder and way easier in recent years to not engage with Disney's bullshit. My Joy-Con broke on Switch. That's why I want a Switch 2. I'm gonna be honest with you, just, like, there are custom like Joy-Cons you can get. And I actually feel like those are, like, you know, those are going to be better for you long term. Than a Switch 2. Because Nintendo notably did not fix the Joy-Con drift issue with the Switch 2. I feel like I still hear things where it's like, yeah, the Switch 2 still has Joy-Con drift. Which in my mind is like, that's like, you're going to call it the Switch 2 and then not fix, like, one of the biggest recurrent issues of the product? Yeah, sure, go for it. Customs are likely to have a longer life? Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, I actively, like, I cannot recommend enough nowadays to like actively avoid name brands. Like, I feel like so the thing with name brands is that like they're about the same quality as the off-brand stuff, but the off-brand stuff is actually likelier to last longer. And also like if something does go wrong and like the product is broken and you're not at all at fault, you're more likely to win a lawsuit against like, you know, Chucklefuck McGee the third, who happened to who sold you a faulty Joy-Con, than the fucking corporation Nintendo, who have been weaseling their way out of, you know, properly paying for Joy-Con fixes since the Switch came out. Okay. I'm not doing all of these, but I do think like doing the feathering on like the big feathers is gonna be like that's gonna be like compelling looking. You never realize like this song is so incredibly sexual until you like actually listen to the the lyrics. It's kind of like Rock Me Like a Hurricane, where like I feel like I listened to that song a ton as a kid, and then like I listened to it as an adult, and I'm like, holy fuck, how did my mom let me listen to this? It is literally like it is literally talking about just straight up dickin'. But no, like it, I guess to be fair, like, you know, it's not everyone who clearly not everyone listens to the lyrics of the songs they play. I guess I should have learned that with the all of the people who play Fortunate Son. Very incorrectly. Well, I finally finished Silk Song, 100% well worth it. I honestly never noticed that. The fucking lyrics of Rock You Like a Hurricane are so goddamn sexual. Also, Despacito is also on that list, but Despacito is at least a little bit more understandable because it is in a different language. All right. But yeah, no, Despacito is also about dicking down, so you know, don't play that in front of Play Company. Well, to be fair, you could probably play Despacito to someone who doesn't know Spanish. But if you go to like, you know, I'm a Borby burb in a Borby world, life's flytastic, talentastic. Oh, welcome back, Ruffles. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. So this is where we landed on. I'm currently doing the line art. Hopefully you like it. Instead of play Despacito 2. Mas Despacito 2. Mas Despacito. Yeah, let's go. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully like you like it. Because it's there's always a little bit of translation that kind of needs to be done when you orbify someone. Oh no. Not bad. Not. Yeah, it's a little bit fucky wucky. It's fine. That's fine. I can fix this. I say while not being able to fix this. Okay, it's fine. It's just like a little. Never mind. There's like significant issue. Okay. I feel like it's like a mandatory. Like if you're gonna flip the canvas, you got to do it to the rhythm of the music you're listening to. You gotta make it dance a little bit. This is also like to some degree me experimenting a little bit with like the way I do feathering and stuff. Just look at what a low boo boo is. It's a toy in Hong Kong. Yep. I tend to strut to music when I'm walking walking to school / work. It is spooky month. Okay, but like also this kind of goes. There's got to be like a rave remixes of this song, right? Like this beat goes a little bit too fresh to not have just like some kind of fucking like huge breakdown. I'm not gonna feather the entire thing because that would drive me mad, but I will do the feathering for the things that are very specifically like discrete feathers. There has to be, man. Yeah, it's like imagine this is like fucking begging for like some drum and bass like honestly I could see a fucking like I could see a breakcore version of this song. Just fucking slap some drums underneath. No one's playing spooky music on here but me. It's October months, y'all. I mean, listen. People are, the people are allowed to listen to whatever they want. There's no need to specifically, like, because it is, mostly I'm just here to chill. To be fair, I also tend to be like pretty like seasonal, whatever agnostic. I don't really care what season it is. I tend to handle life about the same way. Besides like deep winter, where I tend to get like a little bit more like I do get like a little bit like more blech energy in the winter because there's just like it's just fucking dark, man. I do love I'm so sad, but I love the TikToks that are like like after daylight savings time hit, like beforehand she's like a day-to-day person, and then like afterwards she's like like a soft spoken like the people your hands far too cold. Oh yeah, hold this candle, we will get the fire stoked. Where is Susan? Susan, come back, Susan. Do not go into the dark. You will die of frostbite. There's no Halloween version of Dixon Dallas music, is there? I love that video. But no, honestly, like, that's me. That's me when fucking winter hits. Welcome on, Metakiller. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Here. Let's go ahead and... Is this... How are you all tonight? I'm doing all right. We're just kind of chilling. I'm drawing a borb, a bird orb. I think it's turning out relatively good. Currently trying to figure out how to draw a brim on a hat, though. Part of me is like, I kind of want to like shade it just for like do like stuff like this, like the dithered shadings, where you're just like something like that. But no, I pretty much just got out of a chem exam, so I'm relaxing before I got to go out again. Oof. God, to be fair, I liked chemistry. I'm one of those fucking nerds where I actually quite enjoyed physics and chemistry. But I'm also aware that like I'm in the relative minority. Chemistry's fun. I just hate being exam. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Okay. Oh, fuck me. I never finished the feathering on the 3 fucking feathers on the hat. I was like, something's wrong. I could feel it, and then I noticed it. Okay. It gives Kuribo energy when I turn off the... I guess to be fair, Kuribo is like the original fluffy orb, so like that's a sign that I'm doing something right. But no, like I actually consider that is probably a good sign. I'm doing something right. Because like if you think about like orb that is fluffy, also because of the claws, that's fair. If you think fluffy orb, your first thought's probably Kuribo. It's like the only fucking like Yu-Gi-Oh monster I remember. Besides, it was like Kuribo, Dark Magician Girl. There was the Time Man. I don't know if he was a monster. I think he was like a spell. Like he was just kind of a guy that showed up and just fucked with everything. Time Wizard, that's the one. Blue Eyes White Dragon is another one. Nah, but I have a lot of first aid know-how. I mean, listen, that's fair. Honestly, it's handy to have someone around who always has like at least a little bit of knowledge about first aid. Plus, I tend to be a healer in games with classes. That is honestly fair. Bless you for doing that. As someone who also often gets relegated to support, I do appreciate you. To be fair, I think that might be like why I liked Dota so much more than League of Legends, is because supports in Dota fucking do things. Whereas supports in League of Legends are just like, you are here to babysit someone, and then you just kind of exist in the end game. You are there. You heal sometimes, maybe. You got like a buff ultimate depending on your champion. I don't know. They have the save, hydrate, and the stretch. If it's not clear, I did not like or play a lot of League of Legends. All right. Unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get around to like coloring this bad boy today, but Cries and Serapis. Yes, smile and nod. Thanks, Final Fantasy XIV, for forcing healers to contribute to DPS. Yeah, well, because like to be fair, like I think they Final Fantasy XIV I think handles healing correctly, which is that healing needs to either deal damage in its own way or like otherwise contribute to a game state. You know, if you're healing to build up stacks for like what I think this one of my friends told me vaguely about White Mage, the Blood Lily. If you're healing to build up Blood Lily stack so you can do a fuck ton of damage, then like, hey, that's, you know, that is healing handled smartly. Where like you are healing, yes, you are keeping your teammates alive, but you're also you are doing your own game plan. I personally like when healing also does damage. So sometimes you just incidentally heal your party and you just fucking nuke some poor bastard who's surrounded. It's just oops, and he's dead. It's great. Also, Sage heals a marked ally when attacking. Exactly. It's like I think that like if you're approaching healing from the perspective of like healing is all they do, you're doing it kind of incorrectly, which I think is why I like, because I enjoy playing medic. Playing medic or playing medic in Team Fortress 2 is great. But playing fucking what's her name? Mercy? Mercy from Overwatch was fucking awful. Even though like technically speaking she was a lot more capable. It's just like playing her was so goddamn boring because the only thing you did was heal. You healed them to max HP, and if they were at max HP, you buff them, and then you repeat ad infinitum, ad nauseum. Yes, you're charging up your ultimate, but your ultimate isn't like, it's not like it doesn't quite like shift the momentum of an entire game in the same way that Ubercharge does. I'm a frontline healer. I heal those who are on the front lines fighting the enemy. To be fair, I think that's the most fun version of healer to play. Is like if I feel like if you are a healer and you're not constantly scared for your life, you are not playing a you need to be constantly like moving, constantly adjusting. Everyone around you is there to survive, but also, like you're trading off the ability to do damage to your opponents, and you need to get like some kind of like gameplay compensation in terms of like how much fun you're having. I can't we all just be why can't we just all be friends? All the fighting and damage. Listen, I mean you run Hoovy in TF2, and you will find many a friend. Just walk around with a sandwich, and just like crouch if anyone approaches you and tries to hit you, and sometimes like eat the sandwich if they're like really dedicated, and you'll make plenty of friends. God, I remember when the Mercy ult would revive every ally in her AoE. I'm sure that was perfectly balanced and definitely not remotely like incredibly fucking broken. Also, I'll say it right now, like I don't really have like a way to meaningfully control like the length of the queue and quite easily here with this bot. So I will just be like stopping at some point. Healing concept. Healing spells heal 25% of any equivalent damage spells for 5 turns as a status effect. You can only have 3 healing status effects active at a time. I mean, you do have to be like mindful with healing, because like the one thing you don't want to do by like tuning healing is like making people immortal. And I do feel like that like there's like I guess to be fair, like you're necessarily making it like less effective to heal using that effect than it would be to like just use a strict healing effect, but it's like immortality in video games is boring. Hence why like even though like a lot of people like when playing games technically like it's pretty easy to invoke God mode in many video games, but not a lot of people will use it because it like defeats the purpose of playing the video game. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where like the people tend to self-police. It's like for all of the, I don't like, it's not that I dislike it. I personally find Satisfactory to be less compelling than Factorio. But one thing I think that I do really like is the fact that they just said like, hey, we're not going to do anything about the clipping issues because the people who will use it don't care about aesthetics, and the people who care about aesthetics are just gonna like are they're gonna avoid, so they just made it a feature where it's like, hey, if it's yellow, there's gonna be some clipping, and then like otherwise, blue is for like perfect layouts. So robs me of the feeling of achievement. Point being, healing is 125% damage spells, but you can just out damage the healing if aggroed. Oh, for sure. Also, multiple healers having a cumulative limit on healing 1 tank. I do like the there's like an image out there of like the like it's like a an MMORPG party, and the healer is like, DPS, how are you doing? And the DPS is like missing like a third of their HP, and it's like, I took some damage, but I think we can do this. And then like the healer is like, tank, how are you holding up? And the tank has like every status effect. It's like burned, poisoned, feared, like enraged. And it's just fucking like the most like psychotic grin, thumbs up to the healer. They're like a 16th of their life bar, and they're just like but you know, like it's weird because like I enjoy like the complex role of playing healer in TF2, but I fucking hate playing engineer. I guess because engineer is like technically a little like it's more static than healer than medic. I guess like insofar as that like you know you like if you're bringing healing you need to like physically pick it up and put it down. Okay, we're getting somewhere. But no, like the amount of fore planning, I guess, like it's a fine balance with healers, in my opinion, where like I feel like as a healer, like I should be able to like plan far enough into the future where like I get to use the resources I build up, but I shouldn't have to like you know I shouldn't have to write the fucking Da Vinci Code to like make use of it, you know. And I feel like that's mostly like a numbers issue. Is like figure out what resource the healer is giving you in addition to the health, and then like kind of tune it appropriately. Actually, imagine a JRPG where you have a limited number of buffs and debuffs. I mean, that's to some degree that's kind of Clair Obscure. Because that is kind of how the Picto system works, where like you're limited to like 3 hard cap, but like you can kind of equip more at the like at you know at a cost. There's Etrian Odyssey. I will be sincere. I am not a JRPG expert. I've heard of Etrian Odyssey. You try to predict what you got to do as a healer. Well, it's more like critical mass. You know, it's like if you're a healer who's going into an area with critical mass of damaged people, I feel like you should be able to like get enough resources to like do whatever like your bonus effect is without like having to like you know, plan out every single move. Max 3 buffs and 3 debuffs at the time for allies and enemies. I guess to be fair, like I've seen late game builds of Clair Obscure, and there's definitely more than 3 debuffs and 3 buffs. Welcome on, Subi. Glad to have you, Sweet Bane. People late game builds of Clair Obscure do some really fucked up shit. Don't get me wrong, it's impressive, but also, good God. I'm talking about Etrian Odyssey. No, but that I think that's like a good like that's I feel like it's a good rule of thumb. You know, I wing it, pun absolutely intended. Are you fair enough? Are you also a burb Sona? Or are you directing the wings at mine? God mode, nay. Mods that cause an alternative to dying, like death alternative for Skyrim, where you wake up with the woods robbed by bandits of everything, or you leaving you stranded on underwear. Yay! I think more games need to do that. I think more games need to do like non-standard fail states. Birds unite. Heck yeah, more birds out there. Like because I think about like you know, that was like one of my friends told me who's like a DM, and I'm like. Because I had never considered it, but like non-standard fail states as a DM are like actually genius. Where it's like, yeah, like the opponent, like the players could reasonably like make the challenge enough where the players could reasonably fail, but don't kill their character if they fail. You know, if you like kidnap him or some shit. I love bird people, especially crow or raven people, and I have a plague doctor who's a classic Kenku, irony intended, and he is a cleric. Excellent. That sounds like a fun character to play. I'm like of two minds about the Kenku drawback. Everybody else was a Kenku wife. I'm of two minds about the Kenku drawback of like you can't say words unless someone else has spoken them. Because it is a fun RP thing, but it's also a fucking headache. Because like I feel like at some point like it depends, I guess, on how, you know, like how you play it. Like if your character like remembers every single like way someone said a thing, that would be fucking horrifying. Like that would be a nightmare to keep track of. But if it's like, yeah, every word that's been said in this conversation is fair game to repeat, that could be that. I feel like that's a little bit more like reasonable to be doing. I have no idea if you guys are talking about Dota, Dungeons or Dragons, Magic the Gathering, or something else. We're kind of bouncing between a bunch of topics. I just wanted a silly excuse to call people for fun. That's fair. If you're like, I like the idea of the Kenku who actually can talk. Like he got some fucking divine blessing that gave him the ability to speak normally, but he continues to just scream at people because no one's gonna challenge him. I 100% hold up. I kind of want to play that Kenku. Where he can speak normally, but he keeps gaslighting people into thinking he can't. And then like he just picks like one or two people in like every location and is like, I can speak normally. No one will believe you. Record every D&D session and speak exclusively with a massive soundboard of other players' voices. That sounds like that could be fun, if a bit of a complete nightmare to maintain. No one will believe you. It's no one will ever know. I love that fucking video. I'll take his purse and I'll take his money. No one will just scream at the fucking top of his lungs. Nah, you randomly will have the most serious moments and speak as if the entire world is on the line as he gives heroic speeches before returning to normal crow cause. That also would be funny. Nightmare, SMH insinuating I'm not already mad enough to do that. Listen, if you can figure out a way to meaningfully make that system manageable for a human, I would be impressed. She's alone and unprotected. Wiggles eyebrows. But no, I kind of want to get back into DMing. Because, I do kind of miss it. But also, I need to figure out a system that I like well enough that I would be willing to DM in. D&D is fine, but it definitely has a lot of frustrations. Where I look at it and I'm like... You know? Also, the fact that Wizards of the Coast is fucking incredibly, unpredictable right now, unfortunately. Try Fabula Ultima. I definitely, I think I like a system with a little bit of crunchiness to it. I don't know how else to describe it. It has it's not I'm not trying to fucking what's the infamous one that's incredibly complex, that has a well, God, is it the butthole size chart? My Kenku is named Doctor. Pun and all irony intended, and he also has canonically heard all Sonic.exe's sounds. Wait, what? Yeah, there's not a size chart, it is a roll for butt. Oh, that's right. I remember now. That's right. It's infamously bad. This is one of those one of those tabletop RPG systems that you under no circumstances should play. Cuz it's not even funny bad. It's just someone sat down and wrote this, and it's incredibly unfun. Oh, what is the name of it? Oh god, what is it? It's named Fatal or something? Yeah, that's it. Wait, what? It's an awful system. It's like one of the legendarily bad tabletop RPG systems. Starky, you sure that's not an erotic text game on HIOS? No, 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 no. This is a real thing. There's a fucking like there is a tabletop RPG wiki for like frequent terms that like, you know, people use. And it is on there. It doesn't work. They literally never finished it. I mean, thank God, to be honest. I feel like that's a good thing that they didn't finish it. But no, like Fatal is like one of those like it's one of those things that like is meant like it's a known quantity in in like tabletop RPG groups. Like if you're with enough experienced tabletop players, like someone will recognize it. Actually, I wonder if I could make a program dig through selected files for every file sharing a word, a name with a word in the string, and make a temporary soundboard where the alt forms of a specific word can be previewed and then output to a Discord audio. I mean, like, probably. That seems entirely doable. You know, implementation speed, I feel like, would be like a meaningful, you know, you would have to probably make sure that that's running relatively quickly if you want to, you know, depending on the size you're working with. Think of the pets. Ow, papa. I'm so sorry for my extended and deep knowledge of many accursed thing. My brain is a steel trap, which apparently seems fucking dedicated to remembering all of the worst shit. Ow, thank you for the pads. I love knowledge, so it's okay. I I appreciate that. Can I subject your memory to something? What is it? I'm not giving you a yes or a no until you tell me what it is you're planning on subjecting it to. Okay. Thank you for taking my shirt, Suda. What are you planning on doing with it? I swear to God. I feel like that's the kind of question like that's the kind of question I could get away with asking Suda and like no one else. Not a single other one of my mods or like regulars could I trust to ask that question. I could probably trust actually like probably Chaos and Lock as well. Okay. Wow. I suppose you know what if I was feeling like taking a gamble, I'd probably go with Oceano as well. Okay. I mean, I could answer that. I could answer like them, but a call back being to sell on the internet. That's fair. All right, chat. Who wants bidding starting for one used scientist crow what's the name for I've forgotten what the name of my own fucking shirt is. All right, I gotta go now. Bye, everyone. See you later. See you, cutie, for sure. Thanks for stopping around, you sweet bean. $1. Lab coat, that's the word. Boy, I love it when the English just leaves my body. 50 cents. That's not how bidding works. You have to go up. Wait, hold up. Maybe hold up. You might have just hacked the system. Maybe that is how bidding works. 25 cents. To be fair, I've never been to a bid, so 1 cent. I've never been to one, so you know, maybe I'm doing this wrong. It's being like a government contract. We're not doing fractional cents here. Actually, if I might be able to like just sneak the bulk. I mean, to be fair, I think the hair is gonna be like a little bit of I'll give you half a penny. Someone already offered a tenth of a penny. You're not taking money. I hate it here. I'll give it -$5. All right, Suda, you got to hand over the money. You're the one with the lab coat. This is the most cursed ass. Sorry, wrong quest. Oh, we're good. Here, let me remove that real quick. Approximately when did the electronic community make its debut into society? That's a good question. See, but it is a loan code. I will give it back to you, and then you owe them. There we go. This is not how I listen. I'm not even like I'm not even fucking like I feel like if you're gonna run one of these, like you gotta have someone who talks fast as fuck. And I talk fast as fuck, but I don't have the training to actually like run a bid system. You know, $80 trillion. Yeah, the thing about that is bankrupts. It's a bankruptcy. Immediately bankruptcies and then violently detonates. What about a not what is a non-violent detonation? Like it explodes, but like how is it how could you detonate but non-violently? Hold up, why do I recognize this music? I got fucking flashbanged by this, I won't lie. Depends on how fast. Ads hit. Oh yes. Whoops, sorry. I forgot to hit y'all with the pre-ad thing. My bad. I'm good at this whole professional streaming. If it only lasted a quarter of a second, was there even an explosion? Like it just explodes, but then like everything the world explodes, but then immediately goes back to how it was. You get a quarter second of the planet detonating, but then like it's it's like those fucking those videos where it's just like it's like the time lapse of my morning pool, but there's breakcore for every frame there's a dog in. It's like it's that kind of level of shit. Yeah, okay. I'll admit I'm not the hugest fan of this. So here, let me go ahead and just like there we go. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Okay, I need to do the hair still, but everything else looks relatively good. I'm not necessarily super in love with the way I did the wings. I feel like I would not hesitate to lick a ball of strange matter for fun. Isn't strange matter the stuff that turns all other matter into more strange matter? Like it's like a weird, like, hyper stable form of matter that converts everything it touches into more strange matter. You are correct. I'll be honest with you, that's a little fucking horrifying. Welcome on NPC, glad to have you, sweetie. Like, that's some fucking, like, eldritch, you know, bullshit that physics just casually has that we don't talk about. It's like, that's up there with the fucking, like, the false vacuum hypothesis, where, like, at any point reality could just fucking cease to be. But would you choose stability? It's not a fucking choice. It's literally like it's like a fucking state of matter consistency thing. Thanks to bare-chested Starky, I haven't made a 95% on my quiz just now. Hell yeah. I don't believe in gravity. Too bad. Gravity believes in you. You're doing great, kiddo. Okay, but like Loki, that's hold up. I might need to keep that one loaded in the pistol too, because that's actually like a great response to people who don't believe in science. I won't lie, I don't know about strange matter, but it's funny to see a search. It brought up a strange matter coffee. Interesting. That was a good quote. Caw, confused cawing. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, because this strikes me as being a good place to stop. Otherwise, I'm gonna like get like lost in the sauce of trying to do the hair thing. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Here, let me go and drop the save. Let me go with the outro. Let's see who's live. Actually, I know who I want to raid into. Here, let me clear out the queue. Let me see, because I know who I want to raid into. I assume that he is probably still live, but there we go. That's the one. Nope. There we go. That's the one.
Me?
Thanks for streaming. Well, thank you for hanging out. Hope you guys had a good time. Let's see. It is in fact a blur's. It is the blur's day. It is Blur's birthday.
Me?
I had a stroke. Don't mind me. That just happens sometimes, on occasion. On StarkyMorph, when we will see. I mean, I'll be live again Thursday. But yeah, let's go wish Blur a happy birthday. Blur's day. Use my emotes or whoever's emotes you happen to have. Let's start the read over to Blur. Heckin' spectacular artist. Blur the fur. But yeah, if this is your first time here, I'm StarkyMorph, Big A Chaos Crony Internet, where I stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. I fucked up typing. I fucked it up real bad. Blue Scry is intense con the tune of Happy Birthday. But yeah, let's see. If you like to see what I've been up to, you know, if you like to stay up to date with the stream, there's a follow here, because, you know, get alerts when I go live. I also have a Blue Sky if you like to see art that I make, general ramblings, art, food that I make. I need to try to remember to post the food that I made this week tomorrow, so that way y'all can see it. Although I did share it yesterday, so. But yeah, I have a YouTube if you like to catch up on the VODs there, so what I've been up to. I'm in the process of fixing my backlog, although it is quite lengthy, so I'm very, very sorry about that. I have a, let's see, I have a, what was the other one? The Discord, if you like to hop in there, say hello, Sweet Beans, see the curse content Sweet Beans post, and of course, just, you know, yap. I try to be active in there, although, like, sometimes my activity is just like, hey, this photo of art or, like, food that you put is neat, and I put a heart. And, of course, we have coffee sponsorship. If you'd like to pick up some coffee from Dragon Rest Coffee, it's discount code StarkyMorph to get 10% off and help support the stream. You know, it's really good coffee, so highly recommend it. Anyways, I love you guys to bits. I will catch you all on Thursday for, actually, a visual novel. I will see you then. Love y'all.